24-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And it's complete. It's Damien Williams. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Speaking of Damien Williams, great Super Bowl, 17 carries, over 100 yards, and a touchdown on the ground. Charles, he also had one through the air. Did you think he would have that type of a game?
I wasn't sure that we would see that type of a game, but I knew he would be a part of their offense in terms of trying to break down what San Francisco does, that he would get the bulk of carries. But did I see 104 yards on the ground and a touchdown? Probably not. Did I see him catching one as well, 133 yards of total offense? Probably not. But give him his due, because now, in his postseason career, which is 6 games, 5 of them in Kansas City, 1 in Miami, he scored 11 touchdowns.
Wow.
So on the big stage, the big lights, he produces, and he actually won the battle between undrafted free agent running backs, because his total versus Raheem Mostert, who ran for, I believe, 58 yards and a touchdown for San Francisco. Advantage Kansas City, advantage Damien Williams.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete. It's Kyle Juszczyk. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
11. Clock.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo gets this one to Juszczyk. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Garoppolo to his tight end, Kittle, for a Niner first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they go to work on a 1st and goal. There's Garoppolo to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel there to make the grab as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Niners 7, Chiefs nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, partner, let's put a bow on the Super Bowl for Kansas City. What a comeback win. Yet another come-from-behind victory for Patrick Mahomes and company. An absolute heartbreak for San Francisco.
Didn't Madden predict Kansas City would win the game?
Yes, 35-31, I believe they predicted.
I felt like most of the predictions I saw had the game in the 30s, so a little bit lower scoring than we expected. But a lot of
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And no matter No matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
11, 11. 12, fellas, here we go. Hey, wahoo!
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Hey, exit.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Fight on these two. Yellow. Let's go. Mike 56.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel Sub packages, don't they?
Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Check 52. Attack. Hey, 57.
Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Getting the sack to 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Bravo.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. With that incompletion, a chance to mention the awards. Now with the season over, Lamar Jackson, as we speculated, he's the MVP. Coach of the Year, John Harbaugh, Lamar's coach. Michael Thomas, Stephon Gilmore, Offensive and Defensive Players of the Year, Offensive and Defensive Rookies of the Year. That went to Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa. And the Comeback Player of the Year, Charles, Ryan Tannehill. No surprise there.
Not to mention the #1 award that the NFL gives out, the one that they give the most.
And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Yellow. On the line, right?
Here we go. 87's mine. I got 87.
What's that?
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Under pressure, they got him again. Well timed there by Richard Sherman. A sack on the corner blitz.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes now to throw. Got his man. It's Williams. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
11.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This is Breida. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
And the punt team on now as this one's set away. Here's Hill on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Niners have the 1st down on a gain of 11.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's got room. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Deebo Samuel, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0.
14, Chiefs nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now here's Mahomes, flush to his right. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. This is caught by Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the touchdown.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now he'll pull it down. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now a nice play defensively on 1st down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Check.
To throw, it's Mahomes, escaping the pressure right. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3. This is 3rd and goal, still looking for the first points of the game. Mahomes going to throw. It's Williams on the catch. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are back within a single score. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. On second down, a run with Breida. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Damian Wilson in on the stop. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. 21. Here we go. Check.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this third step.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
One, Omaha. Undercut. Any weapon. Hey, let's go. Go ahead.
And the play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
65. Hey, alert!
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he's going to drop this off to Williams. Complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Sliding out of the pocket.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And it appears the offense is going to try this again. They've yet to convert the first 3 times on 4th down, but they're going once more. Back to throw, and it's complete to Kelsey. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And now, and he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. And this place has gone stone silent. Their guys remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They will run again with Coleman, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And that is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Williams. The tackle there by Richard Sherman. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
2nd and 7 at the 49ers' 29-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, D.
They run it again with Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They'll run it with Williams. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. 13 yards there and a Niner first. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Game situation. Let's go.
Like 22, hot.
They'll look to throw. And Sanders has got it complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 35.
Here we go, here we go. Let's go, let's go.
First down.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't.
I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made a killing and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells I'ma tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest, though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely, my bets are off. Everything was better off.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it? How about it? Rep for your bro, for your poster, pop in your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat for the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend. Sweet, this sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn it out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, so suspenseful, I'm up in the field. Saw it in my eyes, it was the Tiger Hill. Gon' jump off the line and see the flight of field. Rewrite your history off this line right here. Your best bet be ahead, easy to get rich or dead trying. This ain't never new, I just be 10 steps instead. Snooze I won't, I can't lose, ready, rest or up bed. Do what you can to do, make your next move your best. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry cold is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Paper stuff the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I keep it so for real. Who feeling that glow
switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressed in all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I could never switch, not a